In May 2019, the Allianz Arena crowd was awash with joy, but also sadness. Club legends Arjen Robben and Franck Ribéry starred in their last home game for Bayern Munich. Club president Uli Hoeneß was one of many supporters crying in the stands amid the general outpouring of love, gratitude and regret that greeted the iconic duo's departure. Even Robert Lewandowski, a man who can rarely be accused of excess sentimentality, appeared deeply moved. After 8 fantastically successful years, Lewandowski has bid Bayern farewell, leaving in the dead of summer rather than in front of 75,000 supporters with bouquets of flowers in hand. Quite a contrast. Lewandowski's stealthy departure feels sadly out of step with his extraordinary body of work for the club. 344 goals in 375 games in all competitions, but then again, star players don't always leave Bayern in the right way. Franz Beckenbauer's farewell in 1977 was cool and businesslike, as financial disagreements over his transfer to the original New York Cosmos, problems with the tax authorities, and unsavoury tabloid headlines about his private life forced him to up sticks to the US. Bayern felt sufficiently guilty over their treatment of Der Kaiser, so much so that they arranged a belated testimonial for him 33 years later. The late Gerd Müller left in even more ignominious circumstances, 3 months before the end of the 1978-79 season. The club's greatest ever goal scorer was substituted by coach Paul Czernay 8 minutes before time, with Bayern 2-0 down to Frankfurt. A couple of days later, he was off to America too, joining Florida's Fort Lauderdale Strikers. Müller never played in Germany again. But an icy parting of ways doesn't necessarily impact on a player's historical standing. Beckenbauer and Müller will forever be universally adored legends at Bayern. Whether Lewandowski achieves the same status is less clear. For all the goals he's scored and trophies that he's won, he's never struck up much of a connection with Bayern, the supporters, or Munich. Described as a unique machine by teammate Manuel Neuer in light of his phenomenal physical shape and reliability, Lewandowski's seemingly computerized dependency delivered for the club on an industrial scale, but never truly touched the soul. A devoted self-optimizer who reached a world-class level through hard work and game intelligence, Lewandowski didn't have time for fraternization. He never hid the fact that goals were his sole motivation either, to the point that whoever's shirt he was wearing at the time he scored them might have felt almost incidental to him. After 2 seasons under Pep Guardiola and 1 year with Carlo Ancelotti failed to bring a Champions League trophy that he coveted above all else, Lewandowski went public with his frustrations. He also blamed his teammates for missing out on the leading goalscorer trophy on the last day of the season in 2016-17, finishing 1 behind Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I was not happy with the way the team helped me in the last game. I was angry and disappointed about the team's attitude, he said. Lewandowski wasn't shy about showing his misgivings on the pitch either. A winger's failure to find him was often greeted by an ostentatious shake of the head. In 2018, he hired Pini Zahavi as his agent, with a view to facilitating a move to Spain's La Liga. But uncharacteristically poor performances against Real Madrid in a 2017-18 Champions League semi-final defeat killed any chance of a transfer. Rival interest from Chelsea in England was met with Bayern intransigence. But when further attempts to engineer a move came to nothing, a remarkable transformation seemed to happen at the start of 2019-20. Lewandowski was suddenly much more of a team player, staying behind after training to help and advise Bayern's youngsters and playing a far less egotistical game. For a long time, he wanted to score many goals. Now, he wants to score goals to win games with the team, teammate Thomas Müller said of his fellow forward's newly found collective streak. Club sources felt that Lewandowski's transformation could be explained by the fact that he'd at last stopped fretting about a transfer. And he became even better as a result, and so did Bayern, finally winning the Champions League in the pandemic-enforced 8-club mini-tournament UEFA cobbled together that August in Lisbon. Lewandowski was desperately unlucky that the Ballon d'Or was not awarded that season, again because of COVID-19. But he did win the first of 2 consecutive FIFA Player of the Year awards to mark yet another milestone. The following year saw him break Gerd Müller's single-season scoring record. a barely believable feat made possible by the concerted effort of the team. But last season, interests diverged once more. Bayern were sounding out Erling Haaland over a move from Dortmund, and were thus unprepared to offer Lewandowski a lengthy new contract. The player reacted by saying something had broken inside of him, and openly agitating for a move. Relations inside the dressing room had also deteriorated. While Lewandowski and head coach Julian Nagelsmann had differing ideas on tactics, a number of players were resentful that everything at Bayern seemed to revolve around the centre-forward. They will miss his goals, if not the drama. And many Bayern fans, one suspects, will feel the same. Lewandowski's hard-nosed professionalism isn't the only reason that they failed to warm to him, though. Strangely enough, for the best Bundesliga player of modern times, his enduring excellence has made a relatively small mark on Bayern's psyche. And part of that has to do with timing. Their decade of uninterrupted domestic dominance, it's important to remember, started 2 seasons before he arrived under Jupp Heynckes, with whom Bayern won the treble in 2012-13 while playing Mario Mandzukic up front. The club then pulled further away from their German competition, with false nine aficionado Guardiola in charge the following year. Lewandowski's arrival for the 2014-15 season encouraged Guardiola to reconsider his ideas of how a team should play, and made Bayern's national hegemony unassailable. 8 more titles in a row have been largely inevitable. But the law of diminishing returns meant that every goal and every league win was slightly devalued by the last. Meanwhile, a combination of freak injuries and poor team performances saw Lewandowski never score that one unforgettable, pivotal goal in the Champions League, the competition that really mattered to him and his club. Truth be told, he was even largely peripheral in the 3 one-off knockout ties Bayern won in Lisbon, including that 8-2 hammering of Barcelona. His lack of emotional impact on and off the pitch can, of course, not detract from the objective, sustained brilliance of his performances, nor his historic achievements. But it does explain why his legacy in Munich, unlike that of Robbery and the greats of the 70s, will remain contested. For a man of such monumental numbers, Lewandowski leaves behind rather little love.
If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. The Athletic is home to some of the world's best sports journalists, including David Ornstein, Daniel Taylor, Ollie Kay, Amy Lawrence and Raphael Honigstein. There are journalists dedicated to each Premier League team, so every fan gets the coverage they deserve, not just the big clubs. And you can try it for free now for 30 days. See the link in the description.